Teacher,
Yes, Nicholas.
can you answer the question again? Like there was some interference and I cannot hear you.
All right, let me try that one more time. You're asking about the weird S symbol. That's a formal
Yes.
symbol for integration.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Okay. The formal symbol looks like this. It's not an S, it's a long goose neck. Integration of whatever this is with respect to, well, in this case, dt lah. Okay. It's just a
It means
formal. It means integration.
integration.
Yeah, this is the formalities, and your teacher will definitely teach you this first, not
It was
last.
DT.
Let your teacher teach. I'm serious.
Okay.
Don't ask that. Don't ask that right now. Okay, because that's not the most important thing conceptually right now. Even the integration is supposed to be easy. That's why I put less attention on the formalities. Okay, the whole concept is more important. Okay, for now, just follow that one. As for the thinking, please don't follow. Now, apologies for the ones watching from recording. I forgot to record from the start. You didn't miss much. Okay. Now, we are trying to find C2. Okay. Ariel, I want you to help us find C2, please. What do we do?
Or I don't know.
Now, Ariel, I expect you to ask more questions, okay?
Okay.
Don't just follow. Now, how many unknowns in this equation? Tell me.
2.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. I
Correct?
guess just sub something in.
Yeah. So what is the something quickly?
T equals 0.
And you need one more, right?
Yeah.
You need a pair. So what is it?
Sub in like the 0 from the other, like from C, like C1 or something. I don't know.
Please don't use C1. It belongs to particle B. That's part of the confusion here. This is particle A. Look, read the question. Read the question. Particle A starts with velocity 9 meters square, meter, blah, 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 blah. They have the responsibility of giving you the pair. You go and read. What's the pair?
So sub in 0 and 2.
0 and what?
2.
Ariel, this is a velocity.
Oh, okay. So 9.
Okay, say sub in this and that. What is it?
Sub in 0 and 9.
Equals to 0, V equals to 9. They did give you that, correct or not? They did.
Yeah.
Okay, so help us. So the velocity is VA equals to
Wait, what's C2? I'm confused. The
C2 is something you're supposed to find.
Okay.
Okay, so VA, what is it?
9.
Equals to 2T. What is it? 2 times?
2 times 0.
Thank you. Plus C2. And C2 will be equals to?
9.
9. Now, Ariel, everybody else, let's be very clear, yeah? Your VB is T plus 1 over 6 T squared. Plus 0 because the C1 is 0, just for emphasis. Your VA is supposed to be 2T, but plus 9. That's your C2. The C can sometimes be 0, can sometimes be not 0. You are supposed to ascertain that for them. That's your 3 marks. Ariel, let's try this one more time. Huh? Let's try this one more time. Why is there a 9 here? Because when you differentiate, you'll get acceleration, correct? Okay. What is the differentiation of 2T?
2.
2. And what's the differentiation of 9?
0.
0. When you integrate 0, reversing the course, 0 doesn't always become 0. It can become a number. The number is unknown. That's your C2. That is what I've been trying to teach.
Oh, okay.
When you integrate, you cannot assume there is no C lah. You must assume there is some sort of C and you're going to go and find it. And they will give you the, the numbers to go and find it. That they will do, that you must do. Ariel, okay?
Yeah.
This is conceptual. There will be no reminder one. It's us reminding ourselves. It is easy to do, difficult to remember at first. Hopefully with your teacher's practices, you will just get this as a habit. Any other question, people? Okay. Now, hopefully the next part will get easier and easier, right? Because I'm trying to demonstrate to you the integration and differentiation is, no matter how confusing, it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. The concept behind is more important. Now, let's start with Joel. Joel, they're asking for displacement. How do you find displacement?
You integrate velocity.
Which you now have, correct?
Yeah.
So let's find which one you choose. You want A or B? You have the option.
A.
Okay, A, which is the easier one. Smart choice. So now the displacement, we'll just use the word D. Displacement of XA is formally the integration of V A dt. Now, please integrate for us.
T square.
T squared, correct, because 2 over 2, right? Just
Yeah.
plus,
Plus 9T
and then do we stop?
plus C3
We'll call it C3. Very good. You have to assume there's a C3. What's their responsibility?
of C3.
Yeah. Regarding C3, the question maker has a responsibility. What is it?
So you can differentiate.
No. So
Is
that
it?
you can find C3.
Oh, okay.
In order to find C3, what kind of pair do you need? You need a pair of
You need a pair of D and T.
which they are supposed to give. You can count on it. Do they give?
Yes, I think so.
Where is it? Where is it? You're very good at this last time.
Based on the question, when time is 0, displacement should be also 0.
Because they are at point 0 lah. For those who are
Yeah.
confused, please ask. At time 0, at the start, they are at point 0. Wait, point 0 is where you start. That's the formal start, and we call that distance equal to 0 lah. Okay? This seems to be equal for both A and B. So that's a bonus. Thank you for solving for B also. So now let's settle it. Joel, the D is 0, the T is 0, correct?
Yeah.
You are supposed to write all this even though it's obvious. So what are you supposed to write?
0 equals
So
to 0 plus
0
0
plus 0
plus
plus C3. C3 equals to 0.
0.
Done. Okay, you are supposed to write this. Thank you, Joel. Now, any brave soul want to volunteer for the displacement B, please? Somebody, please. Ariel, Eben, Kirana, Matthew, Nicholas. Somebody, please. Come on. Put yourself on the line. Come on. There's still us helping you. Ariel, Eben, Kirana, Matthew, Nicholas. Then, Kirana it is. Kirana, come. We're supposed to find the displacement of B now, right? So what do? Formally, we integrate the velocity of B lah with respect to T, whatever that means. Now you're going to integrate. Please integrate starting with T. Remember steps. T is the one that never change. The power will change. What is it? This one is power 1, so it becomes power
0.
Integrate, going up.
2.
Thank you. And then what you must do, the third step,
Is it half?
1 divided by 2. Thank you. Because when you differentiate this, just to check, half T power 1 times 2. Correct? It becomes T again. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so half T squared is the correct integration. Remember, you're just lacking practice, but everybody is lacking practice. I am teaching you the concept. Now, remember, first, second, and third step. Go, Kirana. First step is to write down what doesn't change. What is it?
1 over 6.
T. Doesn't change. Then the power.
3.
And then one last thing.
1/3.
Thank you. And do we stop?
Plus
Yes. Plus an assumed number. Say, what is it?
is it the C?
C4. Why? Because there's so many C at this point. Just say C4. Okay?
Yeah.
It's an assumed number. Okay. Now, what's your responsibility? What's their responsibility for C4?
Fine.
Yeah, you're supposed to find. They are supposed to give you. Come on. They're supposed to give you a pair of distance and time to help you find C. Okay. So, do they give you?
Uh, 0.
C equals to 0. What is it?
Distance equals 0.
Because particle B, sorry. In this case, start from 0 lah, 0.0, right? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Now, what is supposed to write for them so that they're happy?
0
Equals to
equals 0 plus 0 plus C4.
then making them happy, C4 also 0. Do not underestimate this, Kirana or everybody else. You are supposed to write this. Don't assume it is 0. Don't assume that after you write this, you are happy. No. I write down everything, you will get your 3 and 3 marks. Okay. Now, do write this down. Remember, if you do not know how to write down, take a picture of the question first, lah, right? That's always what you do. In the end, look, is the file algebra that fancy, Matthew?
Not really.
What is the most confusing thing for you then for this, 6 marks?
Like finding the pairs.
From the sentence, right? Fair.
Yeah.
That's a very big stumbling block for some people. You will get some practice in school. Fair. Anything else which is second most confusing, I guess?
Like remembering to put like the constant at the end.
Yep, which is not a habit for you, nor is it for everybody else right now. Nobody in Sec 3 have this habit. You will have that habit. If you don't have it by the first month of January, I'm going to enforce it to you. It's actually a very easy habit to form. It's just that I never give you the practice yet. Okay, so don't feel that you are lacking and yet feel that you will have to do this. Something like that. I'm not sure. Be intentional. So I'm going to write down what Matthew say because I think what Matthew say kind of represents everybody else. Okay. Right? C1, C2, blah, blah, blah. That kind of makes it a bit harder. Reading to find the pair for C1, C2. I don't know how to phrase it, but something like that. The math itself is easy. I think Matthew is correct. The reading can be a bit not sure. That's fair. Okay. Please consider this a very common thing in this question so that you are ready to get used to it, when school starts. Any other question before I move on? Nicholas, are you sure you're okay? Nicholas, just to confirm, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, everybody, look at our situation right now. For 6 marks, not a lot of math, but quite a number of reading, We have our displacement, we have our velocity, and of course, the acceleration given for 2 particles or more. So I guess we did accomplish something. I would say congratulations for all of you. Let's check out what's happening next. Distance for collision. The speed during collision. Okay, this question is not that hard, believe it or not. It's not that hard. This is distance they already tell you, oh, it's about distance. Hey, look at the structure of the question. They either ask you about distance, velocity, or acceleration. They already tell you it's distance. Okay. Some question, I will tell you, will not tell you that collision is about distance. Okay. I'm going to introduce this as something slightly new. It's not that bad. By stopping share. Now, listen to me a little bit. This is a little bit new. Look, I am colliding. I can collide from the back, okay? I don't just collide from the front. Many people imagine collision as front to front, kind of confuse them even further, right? I don't blame the physics student. The physics student need to settle this sometimes. However, most collisions in real life, when you're driving a car, happens at the back, which is great. It's less fatal, okay? When you collide like this, it's usually not very bad. Like this, of course, very bad. Please note, in EMATH, you will also need to talk about collision. So this is a bonus for your EMATH, or in your case, Joel and Ariel, CMATH. Your CMATH and your EMATH will ask about collision also. So I just want to make sure. Distance or displacement, velocity, acceleration. Is collision really about distance, or is there a case where collision is about velocity? Let's not worry about acceleration for now. Let me repeat my question one more time. Is collision always about distance? When this guy is colliding with this guy, is it always about distance, or is it somehow about velocity also? What do you think? Yeah, so here's my hand. Inviting Eben. Eben, have you collided with somebody before?
No.
Riding a bike, colliding with something? No, never? Never?
No.
I'm gonna ask
Never.
somebody. Oh, how about swimming? Can you swim, Eben?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about collision. Let's talk about catching up. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Catching up. Okay. You are swimming, the other guy is swimming, different lane. Collision is like catching up, lo. Make sense or not?
Yeah.
Is catching up about velocity in your experience, okay? In your experience, or is catching up about distance?
Probably velocity.
Because that is what most people should think. If I want behind, I'm a behind guy, what must you do? You must
Be faster.
You must be faster than the guy. If not, how can you catch up? You are right. Everybody thinks like that. We must address that first. Everybody thinks that catching up, or therefore colliding, is a matter of faster velocity. Okay, I agree with you, Eben. But look, the finish line is here. There, this guy finished already. You are faster than him, okay? You are faster than him, but here's the finish line. Did you manage to catch up? Even though your velocity is faster.
No.
Okay, so catching up is a matter of faster velocity for normal experience, but in the end, if you want to catch up, you must catch up. You must catch up or overtake. Now look at my hand. Look. He only have to travel this much.
Okay.
You have to travel this much, correct? Because you're behind. So it is really a matter of velocity faster, but also distance. It is also a matter of that. You cannot just say, I want to catch up, therefore I have to be faster. No, you have to be faster in order to match his distance. That is catching up. Think about another situation where you have to catch up, Eben. This one, I believe you will do quite a lot. Here is something you want to catch up on land. What is that? You want to catch up, catch up, and this guy stop. You do this quite often on land, not just between. What is it? You often have to chase something. What?
Catching.
Sorry, what?
Catching.
Sorry, catch what? Sorry?
Like playing catching.
Playing catching? I guess last time we played that a lot. I'm not sure whether you guys actually play that. No, I'm talking about your life right now.
Oh.
It's something you always want to catch, and it's not a lady, okay? There's something that you may want to catch and you're very late. You want to catch that thing. What is it?
It's very late.
You're late for school. What must you do?
The bus, yeah.
Yeah, you must catch the bus. Look, the bus is going to the bus stop, and all of you have the experience of running. And your running is faster than the bus because the bus is slowing down, right? You have hopes of catching. But if your distance is too far, the bus will have to move again, and you didn't successfully catch up with the bus. Correct, Eben?
Yeah.
So Eben and everybody else. Eben is representing all of you. I understand collision or catching up, you will think in terms of velocity. Don't do that. You must think in terms of distance when you're doing math, whether E-math, A-math, or physics. For those who take these three, then you have the benefit of 3 subjects. For those who don't take physics, you have the benefit of 2 subjects. Let me clarify this one more time with Kirana. Kirana, do you understand or not? Catching up with your opponent at floorball means you have to be faster, but you also have to cover the same distance.
Yeah.
If not, you didn't catch up with him or her. Correct or not? You didn't, no matter how fast you are.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Correct, yeah? Good. Now, since everybody have the experience of catching up, consider that collision. They always use the word collision. I don't know why. It's just nicer to use the word catch up, but they never do that. Don't know why. But our benefit is collision is catching up. Velocity matters, but distance matters even more. So how does this translate to our question? Okay, so let's do that. Coming right up. Okay, right. Now, they don't have to tell you that this is a matter of distance. You have to realize that yourself. Okay, they may just ask you when particle A collide with B. When particle A collide with B. Gonna change this to catching up. When particle A collide with B, and if you don't think enough, you may end up with velocity. And you may say something that makes a lot of sense. Velocity A must be faster than velocity B must be faster than velocity A in order for it to catch up. That's common sense, I get you, but this will not fly. You must actually say something like this. Distance B equals to distance A. That is B catching up with A. This is not very useful in math. This is what you need. At this point, I need to see some thumbs up if you understand, and I need you to clarify if you don't.
Can you repeat again?
Sure, Kirana. Think about handball, floorball. Sorry, do you need to catch up with your opponent often or not?
Yeah.
In what scenario? Please tell us. You're the player.
If you want to steal the ball.
Okay, you have the job or you have the intention of stealing the ball from your opponent. Your opponent will be running from you, correct?
Yeah.
So if you are the lady who has to catch the ball, your speed must be faster. Again, everybody will agree with that, correct? It is hopeless if your velocity is slower than the opponent. Something like that?
Mm-hmm.
However, the definition of catching up with your opponent in order to steal her ball must be your distance equal to her distance. Does this make sense or not?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Right. It is always like this in math. Instead of this, of course, this is correct, but it's just a bit useless because you don't have an equation. You finally catch up when you have gone the same distance as her. Finally, you catch up. Velocity faster than your enemy gives you a possibility of catching up. That's why it's not very useful right now in math. Distance equal to her is something very useful because it indicates you have caught up. And now you can steal the ball. Kirana, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, guys, for the rest of you, think about those scenarios where it makes sense to you. Don't think about particle B and particle A. It's too abstract, you know. Think about bus, think about swim, think about your competition. Think about all those things. Okay, then it makes more sense to you. Okay, now I have established that the distance is something that makes sense and it will happen all the time. Okay, so now what do we do? The distance of B needs to be equal to distance of A, where therefore it will catch up. Okay, now let's look at the distance one more time. The distance is this thing, and the distance is that thing. Now I'm going to write down here, just to give us. Distance B is half t squared plus 1 over 18 t cubed, right? Now your distance A will be t squared plus 9t, and I think that's it. Now, to convince you that all this makes sense, I'm going to go to Desmos. And then we probably have to... Nicholas, can you wait a little bit more for the Desmos, and then you go?
Okay.
Yeah, so give us a minute. Desmos, right? All right. So now I'm going to give you particle A first, right? I'm going to do x squared because I cannot do t squared, okay? I must do x squared, right? So just imagine there is a t and x, right? And then I'm going to do the other guy. The other guy is 0.5 x squared plus, this is a bit more difficult, 1 divided by 18, there you go. And then x but cube, right? Now, when particle B collide with A, we make some assumption who is in front, who is behind. Help us, Matthew, who is in front if the phrasing is like this?
A.
A is in front, B is behind. We have that assumption, that is okay to assume. Secondly, please note, yeah, the purple one, Matthew, is particle A. And the black one is particle B. Okay, do note that, Ken?
Okay.
Also note that they both start at the starting point. Look at that. At the starting point, they both start at the same way. Correct?
Yeah.
And then do you notice, Matthew and everybody else, that the purple is definitely traveling a longer distance than particle B? At least as a start. Do you notice that? Purple is always higher than the black. Okay. Until I go up, I go up, and go up, I go up, I go up, very high, very high. Do you see that, Matthew? Do you see that the purple and the black is starting to close in? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, it was quite far, and then you close in, you close in, you close in, until finally, there you go. Finally, where is that? Where's the, there you go, there you go. That's the point. This is the point of collision or catching up. Make sense or not?
Yeah.
After that, look at that. The black is now higher than the purple. So this is no longer catching up. B is now further than A, but it has to do some catching up first. Make some sense, Matthew?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else, I hope this makes sense. Desmos does give you an idea that they are playing catch up, and B does start at the back. Not very surprising if you have the Desmos. Now, you don't have the Desmos, so what do you do to find this point? I'm going to invite Nicholas. Nicholas, what can we do? We don't have Desmos. What can we do to find this point?
That point.
Sorry, Nicholas. Yes, sorry.
You mean 1846?
Yeah. What can we do to find this point where B finally catches up with A? What can we do?
We can make them equal each other.
Very good. Because when they are equal, they are the same. Now, let's take a break where we'll solve this after the break. Nicholas, you can follow the recording afterwards. Okay? That be okay? Okay, let's take a 5-minute break.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Nicholas. Udah, jadi aku start ini. Ya. You can have one. Ya, bagus. Ya, jadi bentar ini. Oke, boleh.
Yeah.
Ya.
Yep.
Okay. Ariel and Evan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ariel. Evan, maybe not yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
Evan, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Joel and Kirana.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Matthew?
Yeah.
All right. Now, Matthew, do us the honor. They sneak in a new topic here. By doing this, you may get the first mark, but they sneak in a new topic here. What is this topic? What is this topic? Come on. Or rather, maybe I don't ask you the name of the topic. Do you know what you're supposed to do?
You have to factorize it.
Very good. Now, help us remember, Matthew, what is the easiest way to factorize? At this point, we need something easier. What's the easiest way?
Synthetic division.
Ah, you know synthetic division. Okay, I haven't heard that for a long time. Okay. For the benefit of everybody, those who forget about polynomials, long division, synthetic division is the shorter version of the long division. I'll just ask you to do the calculator. Matthew, to represent us, do you know how to press the calculator for this one?
Yes.
Okay, then I will just do this for you guys. I'll set it up for you guys, and then you guys are going to press the calculator. Matthew and somebody else will help confirm. Now, to set up, what you're supposed to do, just line this up. Turn minus t squared, right? Minus 9t equals to 0. Now, before we get excited about the power tree, I think we have some good news. If we continue, okay, Joel, help us out. Is there any way to simplify this?
Multiply by 2. A by 18.
Multiply by 18, sure, that's nice. Okay, that's door 18, which is t cubed minus 9t squared minus, I don't know, what would this be? 162, I think. T equals to 0. Yeah, that sounds about right. Joel, again, is there any way to simplify this even further?
Factorize.
And yes, and the first factorization you guys want to attempt is this one, isn't it? Do you notice that? Now,
Yeah.
Joel,
The 9t
oh,
is
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry. Now, Matthew, sorry, Joel, just represent us. Why do you think this last line is preferable?
it's easier to find t.
So, Joel and everybody, press your calculator, but ask Joel and Matthew to just confirm the answer. Good.
In the end is you get t equals to 0, t equals
Equals
to
to 0.
minus 9, or t equals to 18.
Which, therefore, to get the full marks, you need to reverse it and write down here, t minus 18, t plus 9 equals to 0.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, I need to some thumbs up. This is secondary 2 stuff, secondary 2 or secondary 3 stuff, depending on your school. Is this okay or not, everybody? Okay, Eben, Kiran, Ariel. Yeah, good. Eben, Kiran, Ariel, I need to have some confirmation here. Then, okay. Kiran, Ariel, okay. Ariel, is it okay? Okay, good. Now, t equals to 0 is where they caught up, he said. Okay, t equals to minus 9 is where they caught up. Now, frankly speaking, the graph have a minus 9. Let's check it out for a while. The graph have a minus 9. Look at that. Look at that. There, minus 9, they did caught up. But we pretend the guys at the minus don't exist. So just reject this one. It's correct. It's just not applicable here because we start counting at the start. At the start, they are together. So yeah, 0 makes a lot of sense. That's the start one. At the start, they start together. That's what the question says. So it's no wonder you found 0. Two particles leave point 0 at the same time. And hopefully, to nobody's surprise anymore, 18 is whenever they caught up. And this would be the answer. That is for the 3 marks, yeah, the 3 marks. I did went through to get the space. Okay. If I erase this, can you guys do it? I'm gonna erase this. I'm gonna leave the green one only. Okay. I'm erasing this in 10 seconds. Please just confirm that you guys are okay. Okay, in 10 seconds. Okay, I'm going to start erasing and you guys do it for yourself. If you have some trouble, just take a picture first, right? Take a picture of the question. When you're done, please tell me. Yeah. If you have had trouble, please tell me also. There you go. That's the starting. Once you're done, tell me. Okay. Just checking. Kirana, are you okay?
Yeah, wait, I'm almost done.
Okay, good. Eben, are you okay? Okay, Ariel, you're done. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Just waiting for the last one. Feel free to look at the next question. I am not asking Kirana. The next question, maybe you know what to do, maybe you don't. I'm asking a brave soul except Kirana. I already asked, forced her to volunteer, right? So I'm asking another brave soul to volunteer to part D. Obviously, since you might not know how to do this, I shouldn't be angry with you. I should be helping you instead. So I need a volunteer. Maybe the last part is easy. Maybe the last part is difficult. Who knows? Who knows? But volunteer, please.
Wait, is
Yeah.
it you just use the time?
You use the time, which is the time of collision, right? That's great.
Yeah.
And then you use it where?
With the distance travel.
You want to find the distance, really, which is totally fine. You can find the distance where they collide. Are you sure that's what gives you 2 marks?
Wait,
Read the question. Read the question. You have 3 options always, man. You always have 3 options: distance, velocity, acceleration. You have to choose the right one. Are you sure you want to choose the distance? So the distance at t equals to 18. Of course, you can just use dA. 18 squared plus 9 times 18. And this will definitely give you 486 meter lah. Are you sure this is what you want to do? Or dB also can. dB also can. dB will also give you the same answer one, definitely. Are you sure this is what you want, Matthew? Come, you already volunteered. Might as well complete it.
I can use velocity.
Okay, makes sense because he wants speed. Or speed velocity right now, just pretend it's the same. So tell us, Matthew, which velocity do you want to use?
Let's just use particle A.
Yeah. However, read the question. However, you must read the question. What does the question say?
Oh, each particle.
Okay, so you do VA and let somebody else do VB lah. What is VA? Oh, 2t plus 9. Okay, help us. Just help us. What is this then? And VB will be t plus.
That's 45.
Okay, 45. The unit will be?
Will you use the unit for velocity or speed in this case?
Interestingly, for physics students, they should know. You are not. That's fair. The unit for velocity and speed is the same. In this
Oh.
case, there will be. Sometimes they tell from the start there. Velocity 9 meter per second. Then speed also meter per second. Make sense?
Yeah.
So they do tell you, and you have to write down though. If not, you lose some marks. Now, everybody else, please tell me the velocity B lah. Will it be the same? Will it be different? Just tell me. Tell me the answer. Use your calculator. Somebody, come on. Ariel, calculator, please. The answer will be 45 meter per second is very fast.
72.
72. Can I have a confirmation for Sadaya? Somebody else? Joel, what's your calculator?
We are still checking.
Okay. Kirana, what does your calculator say?
72.
72. All right. So hopefully 45 and 72 is the right answer. Right? Kirana, help us. The last 2 marks, is it easy or is it difficult or so-so? What do you think?
I think it's so.
At the very least, it's definitely not something difficult. Can you at least sense that? That'd be okay. Right? It does depend on the previous work, but it is not very difficult. Now, let's look at our notes. Kirana will help us go through. Okay, Kirana. My purpose today for you and for everybody else is to convince you that they are very similar. I haven't done that. I only done this one. This one's done. So I promise you and everybody else, we just play within 3 levels. No matter what, the question can only do that. So you should do that. Okay, so check it out, Kirana. Correct or not? We start at A and then they ask you for V. Correct? That's the first part.
Yeah.
The second part, they just nicely ask you for the highest level, correct? That's it. And why do they do that? Because in the next 2 part, they end up using this and using that. Wait, that makes a lot of sense, one. Correct or not?
Yeah.
And that's all they are doing. There are some difficulties like the constant whatever, but in the end, we just play in these 3 levels, and that's 11 marks. Playing in 3 levels give you 11 marks. No matter what, this is something that you should fight for. To get all the marks, by the way, you should. This is a prelim question, you know. If you already can grasp something right now, Kirana and everybody else, in the next 1 month only, maybe in the month of January, if I keep just giving you this practice, you will get used to this and hopefully 11 marks is in your bag. Kirana, keep that hope open. Everybody else do the same thing. This is not supposed to be the hardest question. It is quite easy. Okay, I hope I've given you an impression of that in the kinematics one. Okay, play within 3 levels and just master it. Any question before I move to the other side now? Okay, now if not, let's see what we can find. Hopefully we have time. Okay, now here's a maximum question. All I did is to find the word maximum or minimum. For 5 marks, nothing else. 5 marks is still a lot, right? And I am promising you, okay, my responsibility to you guys is to show that this is not difficult at all. No matter how weird it looks, it's not difficult at all. Hopefully, I can show you that. Okay, now let's check it out. Now, Ariel, please confirm this is not something you have seen before.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's look at this guy. That's all. Let's not bother about this. Okay? Let's not bother by this. Let's just note that this is maximum minimum, which is something you did last week. Something like that. So far, so good. Ariel, keep yourself unmuted. Okay, Ariel? Okay, yeah. Now, tell us, did anything bother you in the function itself? Represent us, please. Anything that bothers you?
Oh, not really.
Not really? Okay. Not even the pi? I'll just say it out loud.
Or no.
Why not? Tell us.
Who's this like no need to be bothered by it? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
some people are very bothered by it. Tell us your secret. How come you are not bothered by it?
I don't know, you told us not to be bothered by it, so I'm just like, oh, okay.
I guess I'll repeat the reason for you and everybody else. It's just a number. Okay, it's just a number. Treat it as any other number lah. If you want, it's 3,14, something, if you really want. Now, if you never see this question before, I'm still asking you, Ariel, to do it, right? Maximum, minimum. Remember?
Yeah.
What do you do when it is maximum or minimum? Let's say it is a local maximum and local minimum. What do you do?
Find the turning point.
Yes, which is either the maximum or minimum by using what? That's what we learned last time. By using let's say this is the curve. What do you use? Come on. I'm giving you the
Oh, okay.
visual thing. Use the what?
Um,
Use the what? Use the fact that here, what is this?
a line.
And why do I draw the line? Come on.
It's something to do with tangent, right?
Yeah, the line is definitely a tangent line. And notice that in this local maximum or local minimum, right? Come on, the gradient is?
Yes.
The
Those
gradient,
three.
the gradient is? The gradient of the line is, Ariel, come on.
0.
Okay. Now, here, Ariel and everybody else, I promise you, the local maxima and local minima catches your attention catches your attention immediately. You're a visual person, you don't need to be trained. Tell me, where is the local minima for the purple one, Ariel? Just tell us. Don't mute, please. Where is it? Ariel, are you okay?
Sorry, I muted.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ariel, don't
The
mute, please.
minimum. The minimum.
Yeah, it's
-5.
around there, and gonna press it. Oh, -4.5. You are quite correct. You are almost accurate, right? How about the local maxima of the black guy?
-8.5. Wait, no, -7. I don't know.
Maybe around there, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, who can blame you for being wrong? But you are, oh, it's -6. Not so bad, lah. Quite close, lah. Visually, it's rather obvious for you and for everybody else, right? But I'm not teaching you just that. I'm teaching you that look closely at the minimum, you and everybody else, and realize that the gradient at the local minimum by zooming in, right? By zooming in. What is the gradient? If you zoom in big enough, you will realize that the gradient there is just Ariel?
1?
Oh, goodness me. Horizontal gradient, you forgot, is it?
Is it 0?
Yes. Gradient means, slantedness. Is horizontal any slantedness?
No.
So no slantedness means 0. That makes some sense, right? Not quite easy to remember, lah. Okay? You do
Yeah.
have to remember it. Okay? Don't remember 1. 1 means there is some slantedness. In fact, 1 is 45 degrees. 0 means no slantedness, no gradient. Can you remember that, Ariel?
Yes.
Okay, now that's the
Wait,
minimum.
I said 1 earlier and you said it was wrong and I was like, oh, is it 0?
Yeah,
wait.
is it 0? Yeah, it's not 1.
Oh, I said 0. Okay, I'm confused. Never mind.
When you have a gradient of 1, that means you have a gradient. Does horizontal looks like it
No.
has a gradient or slantedness? No. Then
No.
mathematically, it makes sense to represent it as 0, man. Correct?
Oh. Wait, sorry, because like earlier I said 0 and you said it was wrong and I was like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Sorry. Maybe because you're muted.
Oh yeah. Okay, that
Maybe,
makes
I don't
sense.
know. Maybe, yeah. Now, let's go back to the maximum. Again, the gradient at maximum is
0.
0. Okay, now why are we talking about gradient in the midst of all this? Why? Okay. Why? Because the connection between the gradient and what we're learning is the gradient is the dy dx. If you forget, that is the first and only application of differentiation. That's the only thing you need, guys. That is the only thing. Okay, now still you, Ariel, yeah? This is y. Okay, and this is x lah, whatever. This is y and this is x. Hey, this guy is not y. Does it bother you?
What do you,
I mean, it's area lah instead of y. So does it bother you or not?
yes, a bit.
Okay, a bit. Now, can you know the next step? If you know, then it doesn't bother you too much. Good for you. Do you know what's the first step that we do?
Differentiate
Differentiate who?
that guy. I can't point to it, but
A lah, right? So you
Yeah.
call it A prime, right? Informally lah, correct?
Yeah.
A prime and sorry, that was bad. Okay, you call it A prime and that's informal. The formal way is dA over dx, differentiation of A, right? Now, this is the last thing you do for us. Please differentiate, please.
Okay. Wait, differentiate is go down, right? Yes.
Yeah, going down, getting smaller, getting simpler, that kind of thing. Come on, quickly.
1.
300x.
What do you say?
The differentiation of 300x.
Oh, that. Okay.
Hey, Ariel, we're waiting. 300x.
Oh, I know. 0.
Okay, let's try this again. Yeah? Guys, we're going slow today. The differential of 2x is
2.
2. Thank you. The differential of 300x is
300.
thank you. 300. And then the differential of this guy, pi plus 4 over 8x squared. Differential of 2x squared. What is it, Ariel?
2x. Wait. Yeah.
2x power 1 times 2.
Oh, 4x. Okay.
Yeah, 4x. So what's the differential of, well, that guy, that weird guy?
You mean
First step is to write down what is the same. What is the same? What remains the same?
pi?
You could have just said the whole number, right? One more time, huh? One more time. Guys, especially for those who are bothered with pi, 3x squared. The first step you do is to write down what does not change. Ariel, what does not change?
3x.
Thank you. Then you write down the power and then you write down the final thing, times 2. Apply the same thing here. What does not change, Ariel?
3.14.
Pi. Say pi.
Yeah, pi.
Does it? Only pi does not change?
Oh, pi plus 4
And that's it? That's all that doesn't change?
over 8
That doesn't change also? What else doesn't change?
x.
Good. Those things never change. A number never change. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Now the power is?
0. Oh, wait, 1.
Yeah, focus area, yeah. You already done this, okay? Focus here. Power 1, and then the last step will be?
Like, put 1, like,
Come on, Ariel. Come on. Ariel.
I don't
Ariel.
know.
Ariel, I'm giving you the hint already, Ariel.
Put 2 in front.
Thank you. review your differentiation, okay? Differentiation doesn't make sense, so you review it, please. Right. Now, Matthew, this is our differentiation. What do we do with it? Do you have any idea? If not, I will help you.
Wait, this is the gradient, right?
This is the gradient of A because we differentiate it. So far, so good, right? It's not a
Yeah.
number though. It represents the changing gradient, right? Every point is a different one. But he is very specific in trying to find the stationary value of A, which is the maximum or minimum. Is there any clue in all this?
At the maximum minimum point, the gradient is like 0.
And is that something we can apply right now?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what do we do?
You let the gradient be 0.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Is it solvable?
Yes.
Okay, so x equals to minus 300, right? Per I plus 4. Whatever this ugly number is, this is some sort of value lah. This is the x. Okay. Now, Matthew, is this the stationary value of A? Is this the stationary value?
Wait, which one?
This weird guy.
No.
And you're absolutely right. So is this useful or not?
No.
It is. It is useful.
Oh.
Just to remind everybody, yeah? Okay, yeah? Let's go back to the Desmos. I'll give an example from a different curve, okay? Whenever you did that thing, the first thing you found is minus 4,5 or minus 20.25. Okay, my point is it the x that you first find or the y that you first find? Whenever you do this equal to 0 lah. That's the question. Joel, which one do you find first? Can it be both? Can it be one of them? Blah, blah, blah.
You find x first.
Which is minus 4,5. Is that what they call the maximum or minimum value?
Minimum.
Right. So now to maybe just to clear up between you and everybody else, the maximum or minimum point is either both, meaning minus 4,5, minus 20.25. Now you don't have the minus 20.25, correct? So let's say you're
Yeah.
halfway there, Joel. Or if they go straight to the point, they actually want the minus 20.25. Now, why is this so, Joel, everybody else? Because the way we see it already grants that. We see maximum and minimum point as a matter of high and low, correct? As a matter of high and low, not left and right. You
Yeah.
call this guy a minimum point because it's low. You call minus 6,6 a maximum point because it's high, correct?
Yeah.
Which high and low? High and low is represented by who? The x or the y?
Y.
Always the y. You call minus 6,6, this guy, a maximum value because of the 6, not because of the minus 6, meaning because of the y, not because of the x. Same thing with the other guy. Make sense so far?
Yeah.
But Joel and everybody else, whenever you do the appropriate step, you always find the x first. You never find the y first. It's always this first, and then you have to go for the y second. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
In this case, you don't have a y. Instead, you have a what? You have a
X.
You have a no, you have an x lah, but instead of finding a y, you go find an a lah in this case. That makes some sense, right?
Mm.
So the x is, let's say here lah. Here's the x value, but you need this guy. You need this guy. So what do you do, Joel?
You sub in the x into the equation.
Correct. Now you have two equations right now, a and a prime. So which one do you sub it into? Just to be clear.
A prime.
If you sub it to the a prime, do you get a or do you get, well, a prime?
A prime.
And a prime, is it a? And I know it's obviously not if I put it that way lah, but a prime is the gradient of a. It has some relationship to a. Now this question wants you to find for him a maximum minimum or a prime. So which one does
A
he?
maximum minimum.
Amazon. So should you sub in to a prime? The answer is of course no lah. He wants a ma, so sub it into a. If that makes some sense.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. So instead, you're gonna find a and gonna sub is 300x, sub it here lah. Okay, whatever this weird number is. And then also minus this pi over plus 4 over 8 x squared, also sub it in there. Okay, and the rest is calculator work. Okay, now please give me this ugly number. This is probably a very ugly number. Please just give it to me. Okay. Okay, I would like to ask Eben and Kirana to give me the number. Just to count. It's gonna be ugly, so 2%. If you're confused, please.
Mm,
Yes,
so
Eben.
I have to calculate the value of A.
If that makes some sense, because he wants you to find A and whether it's maximum or minimum lah. Does that make some sense?
Okay.
He wants A and he wants it whether it's an A maximum or A minimum. So it is set from the start that he wants from you some sort of A value lah. You now have an X value, something you can definitely convert to A.
Okay.
If this doesn't make sense, please tell me.
Mm.
Kirana, are you okay? Any result?
Yes, a negative number.
Okay, very interesting. Yeah, how can it be a negative number? But we have to. Oh, I am so sorry. Okay, people, this is my mistake. Okay, because for a surface area to be negative, does it make sense, Kirana?
No.
And that gives you doubt, right? And your doubt is correct because I forgot something. I forgot that this is a minus, and therefore this must be a minus. This is my mistake. Okay, that's my mistake. Therefore, this is a plus. So my apologies. It should be a plus. The x should be a plus. That kind of should fix the problem. Again, apologies.
I got positive answer.
Makes a bit more sense. What is it?
25204 point
25204 point something something.
0.46191.
Okay, so like that. And the unit in this case will be this guy lah, centimeter square, right?
Mm.
Eben, can I have a confirmation? Is this the same thing? Is this different?
Yeah. think-
Same thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so let's go to Desmos. In the first stages of we learning, Desmos is still gonna be very helpful. So let's do that. Oh, it happens again. Wow, this is very scary. Why does it keep doing this? Hi. Oh, no, what does it keep doing? Oh, there you go. Okay, so I found the answer key instead. Now, according to the answer key, it is about correct. Now, just showing you using Desmos. Oh, I gotta stop this from moving. That's so bad. What do I do? It don't move. It don't move. Okay. There you go. If I put it in Desmos, everybody clearly see that like that. And the answer is just slightly off from what Kirana said, but it's around there. It's around there, right? So whatever we did it correctly. Look, we did it correctly. This is a point that we're trying to find. Okay, so the answer key says so, and this thing says so also. I am so sorry. Wait, I should be going back. Apologies, it's taking a long. Sorry, I'm a bit affected by the technical problems. It's very weird to me. Okay, now Ariel, Akasal, are we done with the 5 marks?
No.
Very good. Why not? I'll say that this is maybe 3 marks. Why not 5?
Like we found A, but we can't show whether it's like the maximum or minimum.
Excellent. That means you understand the question. At the minimum, you truly understand the question. Good, Ariel. Ariel, however, do you remember how to settle that problem?
Not really.
Okay. Remember the table? I'm trying to jog your memory here. Yeah. How many do I do? Well, I will just do something like this. I'll just do. Okay.
But like you test it.
Correct. You're testing it. There is no other way. There's no other better way. The alternative way is the lesser way, the worst way. I'll let your teacher teach. This is the best way. It is so weird because you rarely test things in amath. But look, it's a good field with most people can get this quite well. It's just that everybody is lacking practice. Hey, no problem. You're still ahead. Now this is the weird x. Okay, this is your x for a prime equals to 0 or the gradient. Now, who do you test, Ariel? You help me out. Who am I testing here? Conceptually, who am I testing?
Like different points.
And the different points are very specifically to the left and to the right. The left neighbor and the right neighbor. I hope this makes sense. If you want to find out whether it's maximum or minimum, all you have to do is find out what the neighbor looks like. Remember? What the neighbor looks like. That will tell you whether you're a maximum or a minimum. Is this making some sense, Ariel? If not, just...
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Now, in this case of this ugly number, we're going to make it not so ugly. We're just going to pretend this is 168, okay? Something like that. So now, while testing, this is a bit weird, Ariel, you have to choose for us lah. Which right neighbor are we testing and which left neighbor are we testing? We have to choose a neighbor to test. So please choose for us.
Oh, I don't know how to choose.
Choose a very close neighbor to you. What is a close neighbor to 168? To the right and to the left. Choose. Choose one.
150.
150. Which is to the left, right?
Yeah.
Now, I challenge you, Ariel, choose a closer neighbor. No harm.
160.
Okay, 160. I think everybody will agree that closer is better. I challenge you, Ariel, even closer.
170.
170 happens to be the right neighbor already. Correct?
Yeah.
Are you choosing the left neighbor or the right neighbor here?
Oh, the right neighbor.
Okay, the right neighbor. I challenge you for the right neighbor. Get closer to 168. Closer, please.
166.
You are now moving to the left. Hey,
Oh wait, you meant the right.
stop moving to the left and to the right.
Oh, it's
You're
okay,
very
sorry.
confusing.
Sorry. So just choose 167 and 169.
Okay. Now you're making some sense. 167 and 169. Look, you actually already know, right? You are not confused at all. You're not. Okay? You're great. I challenge you, Ariel, choose a closer neighbor than 167 and 169. Even closer.
Wait, why? But then it won't be a whole number, and then it's just worse.
And is that actually that bad considering you have a calculator? Actually.
Yes.
Really, yeah. Even with
Yeah.
a calculator, you think it's better.
Yes.
You're going to have a lot of trouble with amath, you know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In any case, in this part, I guarantee you, you will have your calculator. There is no way to do this test method without the calculator one. That one at
Okay.
least I can guarantee you.
167.9 and 168.9.
Okay, 167.9 and 16 what?
168.1.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Now, let's be clear, people. Some teacher will insist on this one, a very close neighbor. Some teacher are happy with 169. Some teacher are happy. Okay. Conversely, some teacher are happy with 167.9, and some teacher are rather happy with just 167. I don't know which one your teacher is. I am the part where the closer, the better one. You have calculator anyway. So I'm just training you for the closer one. Okay. If you hate this, Ariel, I understand that you hate it. But the more you should practice lah. Until your teacher say, "Ayah, 167 and 169 is enough lah." Then I ends up, no problem. I follow your teacher. For now, let's pretend your teacher is the strict one. Ariel, please do the test together with everybody else. Now, Ariel, you start testing. Everybody else, do you understand what's going on here right now? I'm going to ask slowly. Kirana, do you understand what's happening here?
Yeah, kind of.
If you understand, can you proceed with the test?
Mm,
Do you know what we are testing here?
the value on
The value of the gradient of the neighbors. Do you know
Yeah.
why? Do you know why?
need to find the
The
maximum
feature of
and the
maximum or
minimum.
minimum. Yes, because maximum, the neighbor on the left will be a positive gradient and the neighbor on right will be negative. Minimum is totally different. Does this make any sense?
Yeah.
That's why we test. Go and test, please. Okay. Matthew, since you're not there last week, I just want to confirm. Do you understand what's going on here?
Yeah, I do.
Sure. Okay, then you test, please, because this is a very common thing to do after a while.
Okay.
Some test result, please report to me because it's 9 o'clock already. Okay, please learn to deal with the not so nice number. Okay, that will probably bring you an advantage. Joel and Evan, do you have some test result?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm done with the test.
Okay, Ate, please tell me, left neighbor or right neighbor?
On the left is 0.231.
Which is a positive. Am I
Yeah.
correct? Okay, a
Yeah.
positive 0.23 is beside the point. Good. The right neighbor?
Negative.
Negative something, something, something. Right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, your answer is confirmed by decimals, lah. So you're happy, right?
Uh-huh.
The ugly number doesn't matter, right? In that sense, lah. But it's nice to have a confirmation from somebody else. Somebody, can you give a confirmation other than Matthew? Left neighbor, right neighbor, please. Kirana, have some test result?
I'm still doing.
Okay. Joel, some test result?
No, not yet.
Okay. Ariel, test results?
I'm still typing.
Matthew, what's your secret of typing very fast?
I don't like rewrite the entire equation. I just replace the
The place X.
the X
Ah.
value.
Good, good, good. Let me confirm that because Matthew, you're a new student, so it's very amazing that you're the fastest among the rest. Hey, the rest, you're my student from quite some time already. You don't even use the store function, is it? Kirana, did you use the store function?
No.
Yes. Ariel, did you use the store function?
Yes, but like I typed the equation wrong.
Okay. Fix it up. Joel, did you use the store function?
No.
Okay. Evan, did you use the store function? Wait, do you even know what's the store function?
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok before.
Ah, right. Oh, you have never learned it from me. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, I guess I should.
Yeah, and he's correct.
Okay. You agree with the positive left neighbor, negative right neighbor, lah. Okay,
Yeah.
Evan. Do you agree? Therefore, this is obviously a maximum function, a maximum point, so to speak. Teacher will ask you to usually draw it like that. And voila, that's a peak maximum point, sorry. Okay. Now, Evan, clarify for us before we leave. Is this 5 marks? Sorry, Evan, don't mute. Alamak, don't mute. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I-
5
I-
marks or no?
I think with like the test and things, I think it should be 5.
Yeah. And the test has proven that it is maximum minimum. You have found the stationary value of A and you have determined that it's maximum. This is 5 marks.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so good. Now, at the risk of being very slow and very repetitive today, I have hopefully shown you that these 2 types of question give you a lot of marks, but the math itself is not that difficult, okay? However, there is a certain flow. I'm so confused sometimes. I am so confused. Come on. Switch. Oh, okay. The math is not difficult, people. Listen to me. The math is not difficult, but the flow of logic will sometimes be lost. Then maybe it's a bad news for you. The logic is not just one, it's from one to another one to another one to another one, maybe around 4 to 5. Okay. Please don't treat it as a bad news. I'll give you the good news. The good news, the flow almost never change one. You have, if you understand the logic, oh, I'm supposed to do this, and then that, and then that, and then that. Not necessarily the steps, but the logic. Oh, I'm supposed to differentiate. Oh, why? Because maximum, minimum. Oh, then it's equal to 0. Oh, then I will find the x, not the y. Oh, then I have to find the y. Oh, then I have to test. Sounds very complicated until you realize this is the good news. It is always like that one. Always like that one. For all the question they can ask you, all the variation, it's just like that. There's only one package of answer. It's so standard. It's kind of difficult to change. Kind of difficult. You already have the sense. You already remember something from last week. You already remember it. Last week, we're using a paper from a different school. Today, we randomly choose a paper from another school. I can guarantee you it's a different paper. Okay? If you still remember something from last week and you kind of try to apply it here, haltingly, a bit here and there, missing here and there, it still proves that it is almost the same logic. Almost the same. You hear me speak or you remember, right? Ariel, you're halting, but please don't just see that. See the fact that you're also remembering certain things. You hate something, but also I'm telling you that will happen all the time. So it is open to practice. You just practice it, you'll be fine. Same thing with you, Kirana. You're a person who needs a lot of practice. Correct or not, Kirana?
Yeah.
Practice the flow of logic, not just the math. That's the good news. The flow almost never changes. If you understand the flow of the reasoning, it's not difficult. Okay. Hopefully, as teacher give you more practice, you will see that more and more. Okay. Next week, we'll do something new. Any other question for today, people? Okay. Thank you for lasting so long. This is the 4th week. We have the last week, 5th week, and then happy holiday. I'll see you guys either tomorrow or next Monday. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.